All righty then. Welcome back to the 1986 playoffs. We're playing the NLCS game number 3. Game number 2 was played just a bit earlier offline, and the Astros won game 2 as well. So they have a 2-0 series lead over the Mets. And they're coming back to the Astrodome and seeing if they can take a commanding 3-0 lead here in this game about to be played right now using payoff pitch and being scored with Digital Diamond. Welcome, everyone. Hey, Beatles. So I just want to get right to the game. Starting lineups here for the New York Mets visiting the Astrodome. We have Mookie Wilson batting first, playing center field. Kevin Mitchell batting second, playing left field. Keith Hernandez batting third, playing first base. Gary Carter batting fourth, the catcher. Darryl Strawberry batting fifth in right field. Ray Knight batting sixth and third base. Tim Tuffle gets the start, batting seventh, playing second base. Rafael Santana batting eighth, playing shortstop. And on the mound on batting ninth is Ron Darling. For the Astros on the mound, we have Bob Knepper, who had a 18-15 regular season and 10 complete games with an ERA of 3.45. So he had a pretty decent season, and he had 38 games started. So we will begin with Mookie Wilson coming to the plate. Oh, you can't see the field. Sorry. Well, field. There you go, Beatles. Now it's my screen's a little off because I got my new monitor, which is high resolution, and I can only stream in 720p. So I feel like you can't really read the numbers or anything, which is kind of disappointing. Almost makes me want to go back to my old computer in the other room and just use that since it has the old monitor. But we'll just go by it. There's not much to see action wise, but you can see the players up and stuff. So anyway, we're going to start. Hey, Clue, thanks for joining. We're going to start up the game number 3 for the NLCS. So here we go. So I'll be rolling the dice and calling out the results on the cards and just going that way. And thanks for following along. So the pitch from Knepper to Mookie Wilson leading off is a 5 and a 90. That would be a tough 90. That's going to be a ground ball to short. And it's going to be a 6-3 putout. So out number 1. And here comes Kevin Mitchell. He's played 2 games, only 1 at bat. And he came in as a pinch hitter, I believe. Here's the pitch from Knepper to Mitchell. 8 and a 75. 8 is tough, and a 75 is also going to be a fly out to center. So 2 quick outs, and here's Keith Hernandez. 0 for 6 in the series so far. The pitch from Knepper is 8 and 89. So some favorable rolls for the Astros. It's a tough 89. That's going to be a ground out to second. So 1-2-3 inning. Go the Mets. And here comes the Astros leading off. And we'll start off with the batting order. So Bill Doran leads off. He had a good game on the first game. I know that. Billy Hatcher batting second, playing center field. Denny Walling batting third. Glenn Davis batting fourth. Kevin Bass batting fifth. Jose Cruz batting sixth. Andy Ashby at catcher batting seventh. Craig Reynolds playing short at batting eighth, and Bob Knepper, as we mentioned, is batting ninth. On the mound for the New York Mets is Ron Darling. Darling had a rather disappointing season record-wise, 11-15 for the Mets, 3.63 ERA, 190 strikeouts. So not bad stats, just didn't get much support, I suppose. But he's going to take the hill on Game 3 and pitch to Bill Doran. It's going to be a 9 and a 40, so it's a tough 40. That is going to be Bill Doran just misses a hit, and it's a pop up to third base, just got under it. So there's 1 out, and here comes Billy Hatcher. Billy Hatcher gets a 10 and an 89. 10 is in play, 89 is high, so that's going to be a ground out to short. And here's Denny Walling, 2 for 4 in the series. 8 and a 49. 8 is patient. 49 is a single. So it's a single up the middle for Denny Walling. He's on first with 2 out. And brings up Glenn Davis. Davis is 2 for 8 in the series. Had 32 home runs in the regular season. 7 and a 4. 7 is tough. That's going to be a strikeout to end the inning. So they squander 1 hit and go to the top of the second. And Gary Carter leads off against Bob Nepper. And it's a 10 and a 77. 10 is in play. 77 is again high. That's a fly out to center. A lot of high rolls so far. High rolls are generally outs in this game. Between 1 and 100 anyway. The high ones. Darryl Strawberry gets into the box. He's only 1 for 7. 3 and a 3. So 3 is tough. 3 is a strikeout. So Nepper is settling in here. And we have Ray Knight at the bat, 0 for 6 in the series. The Mets are really anemic offensively, but they did have to face Mike Scott in game 1. And Nolan Ryan, who struck out 12 batters in game 2, by the way. So he's got a 3 and a 79. That's a tough 79 is going to be a high roll. It's a fly out to center. So there's another 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the bottom of the second. And here's Ron Darling facing Kevin Bass. 12 and a 42. That's a wheelhouse. Wheelhouse against Ron Darling's card. A 42 is going to be a triple for Kevin Bass. So a leadoff triple for Kevin Bass against Ron Darling. And here comes Jose Cruz with a runner on third and nobody out. So looking to get him in. And we have an 8 and a 38. 8 is patient. 38. That's going to be a double. So triple and a double. It scores the run. It's now 1-0 Houston. So it's quick, nobody out, and 2 quick hits. And here comes Alan Ashby. I'm sorry. 8 and a 5. 8 is patient. 5 is a walk. So Ron Darling is having some troubles here. First and second, nobody out. And here's Craig Reynolds. Craig Reynolds is a 5 and a 44. 5 is in play. 44 is too high. That's going to be a ground out to first. That's going to be a 3-6-3 double play. And runner's going to go from second to Jose Cruz will go to third with now there's 2 outs. And the pitcher's up, Bob Nepper. He is using the number 3 pitcher card here for a payoff pitch. 6 and a 43. 6 is tough. 43 is a strikeout. And Ron Darling gets out of the inning, but after giving up two runs, could have been worse. But it's, 1 run. I thought it was 2 runs. He was 1-0 Houston. My fault. Thought it was 2-0. Sorry, the Mets. Anyway, so we have Bob Nepper facing Tim Tuffle, making his first appearance at the playoffs. And the pitch, 12 again. That's not good news. It's a wheelhouse 3. It's a home run for Tim Tuffle. First at bat of the playoffs, and he goes deep, way back, and it's going to be ties the game at 1. And welcome to the playoffs, Tim Tuffle. And here comes Rafael Santana, 0 for 5 in the series. And he has a 4 and a 58. 4 is in play, 58's too high. It's going to be a ground ball to third. And brings up pitcher Ron Darling. That's a 5 and an 89. 5 is tough. 89 is a strikeout. Hey, what's up, Slashed? Hey, Buckshot. Thanks for joining. I have the link up there. The first, if anybody wants to join and shoot the breeze, more than welcome. I mean, I'm not. This isn't locked down to just myself here. More than welcome. I'm definitely welcome anybody joining, and even if it's for a few minutes to say hello, that's fine with me. Here we go with Mookie Wilson, 2 outs, and it's a 5 and a 66. Tough 66. It's just going to miss, and it's going to be a fly out to right. So that does it for the top of the third. And then we go to the bottom of the third. Here's Bill Doran leading off. 7 and a 31. 7 is tough. 31 is going to be a single for Bill Doran. He gets on again. And he's not going to be stealing. So Billy Hatcher, he is 3 for 9 in the series. He's going to step in the plate. looking to get a base hit here. He's got a 5 and an 86. 5 is in play, 86. He's a ground ball to short. It's going to go from Santana to Tuffle over to Hernandez for the double play, 6-4-3. And here comes Denny Walling with 2 outs now. Denny Walling's 1 for 1 in the game. Is a 9 and a 69. Woo! Tough 69. That's going to be a ground out to short, and that does it for the bottom of the third. And we go to the fourth. 1-1 still. Hey, it's a Cooney 007, better known as Yoko. How's it going, Yoko? Thanks for joining. We have 8 and a 66 for Bob Nepper. 8 is tough. 66 is a single. Kevin, oh, I'm sorry. Wrong-handedness. Sorry, 66 will be an out against lefties. It's a ground ball to second. Almost gave him a hit. Now it's Keith Hernandez. He's got a 6 and a 60. 6 is patient. 60 is a double for Keith Hernandez. So he's on second with a 1 out. And Gary Carter's up. A 7 and a 67. 7 is in play. 67 is a ground out to second. And Hernandez is going to get over to third on the ground ball to the right side. So there's now 2 outs, runner at third for Darryl Strawberry, who really hasn't done much in the series so far. And we have a 7 and a 99. That's going to be a fly out to right to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 1-1. Glenn Davis leads off. 9 and a 4. 9 is tough. A 4 is a strikeout for Ron Darling. And Kevin Bass leads off. Great regular season for Kevin Bass, batted .333 for 15 home runs. And here he has a 6 and a 67, tough 67 here, and that's going to be a fly out to right. And Jose Cruz steps to the plate. 9 and an 83. Tough 83 is going to be a fly out to center, and that does it. So 1, 2, 3 there, and go to the fifth. It's Ray Knight's lead off. 4 and a 68. 4 is in play, but a 68 is too high, and that's going to be a ground out to second. And we have Tim Tuffle, home run earlier on in the third inning. And here we go. He's got a 7 and an 85. In play 85 is going to be ground out to short. So now his first out of the playoffs. And here it comes, Rafael up the dice. Hold on a second. Rafael Santana. 9 and an 83 ballpark, but 83 is high. That's going to be an in-play check. So a roll for in-play. 1 to 33 would be a hit. And it's a 33. Gets a single. Just barely squeaks by the infield. So Santana's on with 2 outs, and his Ron Darling, he's going to come to the plate. They're going to let him try to hit here. 3 and a 4. 3 is tough. 4 is a strikeout. So Ron Darling can't get it done. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. Darling will face Ashby, Reynolds, and Nepper. Due up. Here we go. And that's another drop. Oh my God, I'm dropping the dice like crazy. Hold on a second. 4 and a 64. 4 is in play. 64 is a fly out to right. All right. Here's Craig Reynolds. 4 and a 42. That is going to be, oh, that's a ballpark. 42 is a ground ball. Oh, no, 42 is in play. So that's an in play result. It's the right. It's a 1 to 29. He has the chance. Nope, it's an 88. So it's going to be a ground out to second. So Reynolds is out, and here's Bob Nepper staying in as well. 4 and a 72. Ballpark 72. That's another in play. He only has a 1 to 15 chance of a hit here. And it's a 79, and it's a ground out to short. Okay, so after 5, it's still 1-1. These have all been pitching duels for the most part. Here's Mookie Wilson to lead off against Nepper. 8 and a 58. Tough 58. That's going to be a single for Mookie Wilson. And he has to stay at first. There's no chance he's not going to attempt to steal. We have Kevin Mitchell here. He batted .280 in the regular season, 15 home runs. Here's the pitch. 10 and a 30. 10 is in play. 30 is going to be another single. And we'll flip the card to see where Mookie Wilson goes, and he's only going to go one base. So we got first and second with nobody out, and here's Keith Hernandez, who's always dangerous. And we have a 2 and a 75. 2 is tough. 75 is going to be a fly out to the center field, and everybody's going to stay where they are. So we have one out now. Gary Carter's up. A 7 and an 11. 7 is in play. 11 is another single. This could be set. Flip the card. We got a runner scores from second base. And it's now 2-1 Mets. And the lefty, Matt Nepper is going to face the lefty Strawberry here. 8 and a 29. 8 is tough. 29 is a strikeout. So he comes back and gets Strawberry. And here comes Ray Knight. 8 and a 55. Tough and a 55 is a ground ball to third. Plays over to second for the force out. And that does it for the inning. But they get a run. It's now 2-1 Mets. Bottom of the sixth. Ron Darling facing Bill Doran again. 5 and a 10. 5 is in play. 10 is a single for Bill Doran. And he's going to attempt to steal. He's a C stealer against a 3-arm. It's going to be a normal on the card. Let's see. Flip a card. And normal is safe. So he steals second base. So the tying runs at second with nobody out. And Billy Hatcher's up. I think he's going to he's showing bunt. And the bunt, he's going to bunt. Flip the card here. B is a C sacrifices down to third base. And so there's one out now. We have Bill Doran who can score on at third base, waiting. He can score on a sacrifice fly. So oh my God, I keep dropping these dice. Sorry. My hands are like butterfingers today. All right. Who's up now? Denny Walling's facing Darling. Fly ball could get him home. And it's a 5 and a 25. In play, 25. That's going to do more than that. He's got a single base hit from Denny Walling. Scores the tying run. And that brings up Glenn Davis. And Denny Walling is not a threat to steal. Davis, 7 and a 97. Tough 97 is going to be a fly out to left. And Kevin Bass comes up with 2 outs, runner on first. And a 6 and a 49. 6 is tough. 49 is too high. It's going to be a line out to second. And that does it for the bottom of the sixth. We go to the top of the seventh. Now 2-2 tied up as they both scored runs in the sixth. And here's Tim Tuffle to face Bob Nepper, who's still in. 73 pitches so far. 7 and a 47. 7 is in play. 47 is too high. It's a ground ball to first. Flips it over to the pitcher covering for out number 1. Rafael Santana. He's going to be pulled. He's being called back to the dugout. And who do we have here? Howard Johnson's coming in. Hojo. 0 for 1 in his only appearance here, I believe. And he's coming in to hit for Santana. He's a switch hitter, so he's going to bat from the right side. Here's the pitch. 7 and 88. 7 is in play. 88 is a ground ball to short, so he grounds out. He's done. Maybe he's going to stay on and play shortstop. And Ron Darling is going to come to the bench. He had pitched well this game, but it's time to think about scoring some runs. So we got a pinch hitter for Ron Darling. And who do we have here? Wally Backman is going to come in. Wally Backman had a great regular season. 319 hitting. And here's the pitch to Backman from Nepper. 9 and a 66. I'm sorry. 9 is ballpark. 66 is in play. So 1 to 16 he gets a single, and it's a 73. That was going to be a ground ball to second. That does it for the inning. So Backman goes back to the bench, and a new pitcher is going to be coming on for the Mets. This will be Roger McDowell's going to come back in again. He pitched in game 1. And Howard Johnson's going to play short. Let me just get his card. Okay. So McDowell's going to face Cruz, Ashby, and Reynolds at a due. And here's the pitch to Cruz. Bottom of the 7th. 7 and an 84. 7 is in play. 84 is high as a fly out to center. And Alan Ashby's going to be up. And he has a 3 and a 31. 3 is a defense check, and that's going to be an error check on the shortstop, which is Howard Johnson, who just came in. He's a 1 rated shortstop, which is not good. That's the lowest rated you can be. It's 1 to 5, the 5 being the best. So let's see. 1 rated shortstop in the Astrodome gives him a 1 to 58 chance of an error. So here we roll the 2 percentile. And it's a 75. He makes the play. It's going to be a line out to the short. So Howard Johnson comes in and makes a nice play, even with a low rating. So here comes Craig Reynolds. He is 1 for 5 in the series. He's going to let him hit. It's a 4 and a 12. 4 is tough, and a 12 is a strikeout. So that does it for the bottom of the 7th. And here comes Mookie Wilson, and Bob Nepper is staying in there. Oh, I'm sorry. Bob Nepper's due up. He's being called back, and we're going to have a pinch hitter. What am I doing? I'm sorry. Mookie Wilson. I'm just confusing myself here. Mookie Wilson's leading off up against Bob Nepper. So my fault. Okay, so here we go. Mookie Wilson, 7 and a 25. 7 is in play. 25 is a single for Mookie Wilson. Singles through the hole. He's on base. And the 7, he cannot steal. So, and we get Kevin Mitchell. Let's see if he bunts him over. He's a B bunter. He's going to. He shows bunt. And it's a sack. He dribbles it in front of the catcher, and it's a sacrifice bunt to the catcher for Kevin Mitchell to get. So Mookie Wilson, the important lead runner, is on second base now with the heart of the order up with Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter coming up. So here comes the pitch from Nepper to Hernandez. A 9 and a 25. 9 is a ballpark. 25 is a wheelhouse. Rolling wheelhouse against Keith Hernandez, who's a 1 to 18 for a home run against the lefty. Then the pitch, 42. That's going to be a single. And let's see if Mookie Wilson scores. He does. Mookie Wilson's going to come around third and score from second. So they take the 3-2 lead, playing a little small ball, and Keith Hernandez burned them. And I think that's going to be it for Bob Nepper. As Gary Carter, the right-hander, is coming up. Charlie Kerfeld's going to come in. And big Charlie Kerfeld is finding his card. His card is not bigger. Okay, here we go. Kerfeld pitched 71 innings, made 57 appearances, 5 saves, 3.93 ERA. And he's going to face Gary Carter with 1 on, 1 out. Ooh, it's a 12 and a 29. 12 is in play. 29 is just high, and that's going to be a pop up to short for Gary Carter. And here comes Darryl Strawberry. Dangerous Darryl. And it's a 6 and a 38. 6 is tough. 38, he's going to strike him out. So that does it. But the Mets do the damage. They get 1 run, and the Astros are down to 6 outs to try to tie them up. Kerfeld will not hit. It's going to be against McDowell's going to stay in. And let's see here. They're going to put in Terry Poole's going to come in. The left-hander to face McDowell. And Roscoe was used last game, so I don't think they're going to put him in for extra work here. Probably will use him in the 9th if they have to. But here's the pitch to Terry Poole. First things first. An 8 and a 54. 8 is in play. 54 is a ground ball to third. Makes the play the first for the out. And here comes Bill Doran, who is 2 for 3, 6 for 11 in the series with a 545 average. So he's having an excellent series so far. He's got a 6 and a 54. 6 is patient. 54 is a walk. So Bill Dorn, it's a walk. Can't steal, not high enough. And we got 1 out. Billy Hatcher's up. 3 for 10 in the series. He's got an 8 and a 69. In play 69 is a ground ball to second. And 8 is going to be too high for a double play, so it's going to be a force out at second. So 6-4 fielder's choice. And here comes Denny Walling, 2 outs, trying to keep it going here against McDowell. And we got a 3 and a 65. 3 is a defense check. And we have flip a card. We have an error check on the first baseman, Keith Hernandez, who's a 4 rated first baseman. 1 to 35 is an error. 36 to 99 is a hit. I'm sorry, is an out. So it's a 67 is an out. So it's a pop up to first. That does it. And we go to the top of the 9th. The Mets are looking for some extra base, some insurance runs here. Hey, Ken Rader, how are you? Thanks for joining. Sorry, I don't really. Jamie, hey Jamie, how's it going? Dave Lando, see some good conversation going on. I'm not really following it. I apologize. I'll have to go back and look at the stuff later. Oh, so Ken, Mike Scott pitched a 1-hitter, I think. Pitched unbelievable. He's in payoff pitch. His card is just unbelievable in 86. And Nolan Ryan, he won his game in game 2 and he struck out 12 Mets. So they did really well. Yep. The Astros are up 2-0 in the series, which is kind of a surprise. I mean, the Mets are favored. So who's my pitcher? I gotta find my pitcher here. So Kerfeld's out, and we are going to use. Yeah. Who's up next? Ray Knight, Tim Tuffle. So we're gonna use Larry Anderson. Larry Anderson came in the first game. See if he can hold the Mets. We got Ray Knight batting. Let's see if we have anybody who can play third. We do not. Oh, we have Howard Johnson can play third, but we have nobody to play short. So, okay, well, I guess Ray Knight's going to have to stay in. Here's the pitch from Larry Anderson to Ray Knight. 9 and a 77. Tough 77 is a fly out to center field. And Tim Tuffle hit the home run back in the 3rd inning. Here's the pitch from Larry Anderson. 5 and an 81. 5 is in play. 81 is high. That's going to be a fly out to center as well. So it's 2 quick outs. And Howard Johnson, who pinch hit for Rafael Santana earlier in the game, is trying to make his mark here against Larry Anderson. Here's the pitch from Anderson. 4 and a 54. 4 is in play, and a 54 is tight. Too high, and it's a ground ball to third. That does it for the top of the 9th. So the Astros have 3 outs here to try to come back and get the win and at least tie the game up anyway. And we have Roger McDowell's taking a seat for the game, and Jesse Orozco coming in for the save attempt. And the left-hander comes to the mound. He's warming up, and he's going to face Glenn Davis, Kevin Bass, and Jose Cruz this inning. And Orozco, as I mentioned, pitched an inning in the last game. He pitched. This is the second game. So here we go. Glenn Davis steps to the box. We got a 6 and a 28. 6 is tough. 28 is a strikeout. And that brings up Kevin Bass. Bass is 1 for 3 today with a triple, a run. And we got a 4 and a 61. 4 is patience. 61 is too high. That's going to be a ground ball to third. So it's 2 quick outs. And let's see if we can get a righty here to bat against Phil Garner, Davey Lopes. I think Phil Garner is going to come in to bat for Jose Cruz. See if we can get a right-hander against Orozco. So here we go. Garner, 1 for 4 in the series. Here we go with the pitch to try to close it out for the Mets. 10 and 11. 10 is ballpark. 11 is wheelhouse. Folks, a 1 to 31 roll here is a tying home run. And here's the pitch. It's a 33. That's going to be a double for Phil Garner. So the game is not over yet. And Phil Garner comes in with a pinch hit double. So that brings up Alan Ashby, the catcher, who's 2 for 9. And let's see, he might be being called back here, as we have on the bench. We have Jim Pankovitz, Davey Lopes, and Dickie Thon on the bench. Let me see here. I think Jim Pankovitz is going to come in here to try to keep it going. Alan Ashby, Pankovitz. Where is he? Hanky Pankovitz. There he is. And we have tying run at second base. Jesse Orozco on the mound. Jim Pankovitz at the plate. Here is the pitch. We got a 7 and a 17 in play. 17. It's a base hit for Jim Pankovitz. And Phil Garner, it's a shallow hit. Phil Garner is being held at third. He's not going to take a chance. So we have first and third. And Craig Reynolds is up, the lefty. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. He's playing shortstop. And we have... I have to figure out the defense if they tie this game up. I'll just put Garner. Okay. And let's see what we have on the. Let's see if we probably have to bring in Davey Lopes here, I would say. Davey Lopes coming in to replace Reynolds. See if they can pull one more magic trick out of the bag with the pinch hitters. We got a double pinch for a pincher, Phil Garner, and a single right after that. And Davey Lopes. Let's see what Jesse Orozco can bring. And here's the pitch. It's a 5 and an 88. Tough 88. And that's going to do it, folks. It's a ground out to short. It flips to second for the out that retires the side for the game. 6-4. And the Mets have avoided going down 3-0 and win the third game of the series 3-2. A great game here. So let me just save that. And we'll look at the box score. So 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Mets. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Astros. Tim Tuffle with a home run, and 2 for 4 for Wilson, 2 for 4 for Hernandez. And on the Astros side, 2 for 3 for Doran, 2 for 4 for Walling. And Ron Darling pitched six innings with 2 earned runs, 3 strikeouts. Jesse Orozco gets the save. Roger McDowell gets the win. And Bob Nepper pitches 7 in the third innings, gives up 3 runs, struck out 4, and gets the loss, unfortunately. So that does it for Game 3 of the NLCS. Let me just organize my cards here. And we'll bring up Game 3 of the... Thanks, Dwayne. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go right into the Game 3 for the ALCS, which is the Blue Jays and the Angels. This will be at Anaheim Stadium, or Angel Stadium, however you call it. All right, let me. So this one we have to kind of do some makeshift lineups. Yeah, I got the lineups. I'm just going to. So this one is going to be John Candelaria versus Dave Stieb. All right, now the batting lineup. So we have to kind of. I'm just going to use for Toronto. I'm going to have Lloyd Moseby leading off. And we're going to have Tony Fernandez batting second, with George Bell batting third, followed by Jesse Barfield. Bell and Barfield were a formidable duo this season. Willie Upshaw will bat fifth. And then we're going to need to put in third base is going to be Rance Mullenix. And Damaso Garcia is going to be batting ninth. DHing against Candelaria is a lefty, right? Yeah, I believe he is. Hold on a second. Oh, sorry, boys. Just bear with me for a minute. Yep, lefty for John Candelaria. So we are going to have DHing is going to be Cliff Johnson. And Ernie Witt's going to still bat. Put Cliff Johnson up and Ernie Witt above. And we will, I think we're going to use Garth Orge at third base for Rance Mullenix. Okay, so that's the order for Toronto. Now for California, we have Dave against Dave Steve. We have, let's see here. I have the as used lineups for the actual what they use for game 3 in their ALCS against Boston in '86 for real life. And we'll just go with that. So we get Gary Pettis leading off. Well, 1 second. I'm just going to get my cards in there at the same time. Wally Joyner, Brian Downing, and Reggie Jackson. Brian Downing, Reggie Jackson. And then we have DeCinces, Jones, and Gritch. DeCinces, Rupert Jones, Bobby Gritch, Dick Schofield, and Bob Boone. All right. I got the cards there, and let's see. So we got Pettis, Joyner, Downing, Jackson. Jackson's going to go for Hendrick. Jackson's going to be DHing. DeCinces, Jones, Gritch, and Schofield. DeCinces, Rupert Jones is going to be at 6th. Gritch will bat 9. Move him up to 7th. Schofield, Boone. So Pettis will, no, sorry. Pettis, Joyner, Downing, Jackson. Okay, DeCinces. All right, here we go. So we got the lineup for. Let me just go back to Toronto real quick so I can get the cards. Mosby, Fernandez, Bell, Barfield, Upshaw, Cliff Johnson, Ernie Witt, Garth Orge, and Damaso Garcia. So they're changing things up a little bit. And Dave Steve on the mound. All right, now that I've mentioned the lineups, I guess we don't really need to go through them during the game or before the game. So here we go. And we're ready to go, I think. Let me just double check. Yep. Hey, here we are at Anaheim Stadium. I don't have my OTP picture for some reason. Must not have come over in the change to my new machine. Thanks, Ken, for coming. Appreciate it. All right. We have the first pitch from Candelaria to face Lloyd Mosby. Lefty against lefty. We got an 8 and a 73. 8 is tough. 73 is going to be a fly out to center. And we have a 1-1 series there, folks, by the way, between Toronto and they both split the games at Exhibition Stadium, first 2 games. Sorry, I didn't mention that. And we have Candelaria facing Fernandez, 5 and a 40. 5 is tough. 40 is going to be a single for Tony Fernandez. And he's not going to go attempt to steal. And here we have George Bell, who homered last game, 3 for 8 in the series. Got an 11 and a 42. 11 is ballpark. 42 is wheelhouse. 1 to 64 is a home run. And that one's high and deep to left field. Brian Downing is going back. It's over the wall. Home run for George Bell. 2-0 quickly for Toronto. second home run of the series. And here's Jesse Barfield facing Candelaria. Got a 7 and a 15. 7 is patient. 15 is a walk. So Candelaria is not off to a very good start here. Here comes the pitch to Willie Upshaw. 6 and a 14. Tough 14 is a strikeout. So he gets Upshaw on the strikeout. And Cliff Johnson steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3 in the series. And we have a 12 and an 18. 12 is a defense check. That's a range check on the third baseman. So Doug DeCince is a C range, and the C range is 1 to 43 for a hit. And the roll is going to be a 1, so that's going to be a hit. And we check the card to see what happens. If there's a single and 2 stars, so a single, and Barfield goes to third base. So Johnson's on first with 2 outs. And here's Ernie Witt to face Candelaria. 3 and a 60. 3 is in play, 60 is high. That's going to be a ground out to third, force out at second for the out number 3. So after 2, but the Blue Jays get 2 quick runs on the George Bell home run. It's 2-0 Toronto. And here comes Dave Stieb to face Gary Pettis. Dave Stieb was 16 and 13 in the regular season, 3.98 ERA, and in 240 innings. And here's the pitch to Gary Pettis. We have a 5. Oh, let me just see. I hope nobody's trying to join. No. Okay. We have a 5 and a 24. 5 is in play. 24 is a single for Pettis. And he's going to try to steal, as he's a B stealer, and we have a 2 arm for the catcher. B2 is normal. And he's safe. Stolen base for Pettis. So he reaches second base with nobody out. And his Wally World joiner. 3 and a 45. 3 is wheelhouse. Wheelhouse for against Dave Stieb. A 45 for joiner is a long fly ball deep to right field. Way back. This game is tied. Wally Joyner ties the game with a 2-run home run of his own. And just like that, folks, we're back square. And there's nobody out still, and here comes Brian Downing. Here's a 4 and a 78. 4 is patient. 78 is a single for Brian Downing. And a 4, I don't think he's fast. No, he's not. And here comes Reggie Jackson. We got a 6 and a 51. 6 is in play. 51 is high. It's a ground ball to third. 6 is a possible double play, and it is now a 5-4-3 double play. So quickly now 2 outs. And Doug DeCince is up. 9 and a 72. 9 is tough. 72 is a fly out to center. So after 1, we tie the game 2-2 on the strength of 2 2-run home runs for each team, one for each of them. So here we go. Top of the second. Garth Orge leading off his first appearance of the playoffs is 11 and an 80. Ballpark 80 is a in play check, so that's going to be 1 to 34. And it's 22, and that's going to be a single for Garth Orge. He's on first base. And Damaso Garcia comes to the plate. 6 and a 12. 6 is tough. 12 is a strikeout. Candelaria brings up the top of the order. Lloyd Mosby. 4 and a 28. 4 is in play. 28 is too high. It's going to be a pop up to second. So we got 2 outs, and Tony Fernandez comes to the base, 1 for 1. We got an 8 and a 94. 8 is tough. 94. That's going to be a fly out to left to end the inning. So bottom of the second coming up. Dave Stieb facing Rupert Jones, Bobby Grich, and Dick Schofield. 6 and a 64. In play, 64 is a ground out to short. And Bobby Grich comes to the plate, 1 for 4 in the series. The pitch, 9 and a 27. 9 is tough. 27 is a strikeout for Dave Stieb. And Dick Schofield's 3 for 8 in the series with a home run. Big home run in the first game. Pitch to Schofield, 6 and a 32. 6 is in play. 32 is too high. That's going to be a pop up to second to end the inning. So a quiet second inning on both fronts. And here comes the top of the third. George Bell hit his second home run of the series, 2-run homer. And he's going to face Candelaria again. Let's see what happens. 8 and a 17. 8 is tough. 17, he gets some strikes. He gets him looking this time for a strikeout. So there's one away in his Barfield. 4 and an 81. 4 is in play. 81 is a fly out to center. So 2 quick outs. And Willie Upshaw. 6 and a 72. Tough 72 is going to be a ground out to short. And it's 1, 2, 3 innings. So go to the bottom of the third. After the fireworks in the first inning, things have settled down. And that's it. Ring my bell there, David Lando. 9 and 72. Tough 72 is a fly out to center. Bob Boone. And Gary Pettis leads off. He had a 1-for-1 with a stolen base and a run. Here's the pitch. 8 and an 18. 8 is patient. 18 is a walk. And he'll have to stay at first on that one. No steal attempt this time. Brings up Wally World Joyner at the home run in his first at bat. 5 for 10 in the series, batting 500. Pitch. 7 and a 38. 7 is tough. 38 is too high for it's a pop up to the catcher, and Ernie Witt pulls it down for out number 2. And here's Brian Downing. 9 and an 8. 9 is tough. 8 is a strikeout, and the pitchers have definitely regained control of the game here. We go to the 4th. It's 2-2. After the wild first inning, it's definitely settled back down here. And here's Cliff Johnson, 1-for-1 with a single. He's got a 7 and a 6. 7 and 6 was a walk for Cliff Johnson. He's on first base. And here comes Ernie Witt. 8 and a 78. 8 is tough. 78 is a fly out to center. Thanks, Dave. Whole thing's garbage. Garth Orge. 8 and an 86. 8 is tough. 86 is high. So that's going to be a ground ball to short. And that's going to be a fielder's choice at second base for 1 out. They don't get the double play. And here's Damaso Garcia. 5 and a 69. Tough 69. It's going to be a ground ball to second to end the inning here. So here we go. Another scoreless half inning. In the bottom of the 4th, Reggie Jackson, Doug DeCinces, and Rupert Jones to do up here. We got a 10 and a 47. 10 is tough. 47 is strikeout. Reggie Jackson strikes out. Doug DeCinces, 5 and an 85. In play, 85 is a ground out to short. And Rupert Jones trying his hand against the hot pitchers all of a sudden. 6 and a 30. 6 is in play. 30 is too high. That's going to be a pop up to first. And that does it for the 5th. For the 4th. We go to the 5th. And Candelaria still dealing here against, he's going to face the top of the order. And we got a 6 and a 1. It's a strikeout for Candelaria. Wow, the pitchers are just. And the next batter is Tony Fernandez. He's got a 5 and an 80. Tough and an 80 is a fly out to center. And here's George Bell, always dangerous. Oh, he's dangerous. And we have a 4 and an 18. In play, 18 is a single. So George Bell gets another hit. He's on base. 2 outs. And his Barfield, always dangerous. He had 44 home runs in the regular season, 130 RBIs, 318 average. Just a terrific MVP caliber season. And the roll is a 8 and a 73. 8 is tough. 73 against the lefty. It's a single. He actually gets it's a high single for Jesse Barfield. And George Bell's going to take third with 2 outs. So we got first and third, 2 outs, and Willie Upshaw is up. He's 0 for 8 in the series. He has yet to get a hit. And he's a 4 and a 30. In play 30, that's not going to do it, though. It's a pop up to second. That's going to end the inning. So they threaten, but they don't score. You have to go to the bottom of the 5th. And it's still 2-2. Here's Gritch. We got a 6 and an 89. So that's an 89. That's going to be a ground out to short. Dick Schofield. 7 and an 85. Tough 85. That's also high. That's going to be a ground out to short. And his Bob Boone. We got a 4 and a 63. Patient 63. It's going to be a single for Bob Boone. He took his patient on that pitch, and it paid off. So we got a 2-out single. And here comes Gary Pettis. Oh, just in case for all you gridiron dreams, we have Arnold. Arnold had just made his pick. So whoever's next in the draft can make their pick. And here comes 10 and a 74 for Gary Pettis. 10 is tough. 74 is just misses a single, and it's going to be a ground out to second to end the inning. So they threaten. They do not score. We go to the top of the 6th. Candelaria to face Cliff Johnson, Ernie Witt, and Garth Orge. Candelaria is nearing his pitch count. He doesn't have a high pitch count. Here comes Candelaria with a pitch. Pitch is 9 and 74. Tough 74. It's going to be a fly out to center. And here comes Ernie Witt. 6 and a 32. Tough 32 is a strikeout. It's hard to pull. It's hard to even think about pulling these guys now. After the first inning, I thought they weren't going to last very long at all. All right. Here comes 7 and a 94 for Garth Orge, who already single. He's 1 for 2. 7 and 94 is not going to do it. That's going to be a fly out to left. That's going to do it for the 6th, top of the 6th. And Dave Steve comes on to face Wally Joyner, who hit the 2-run home run earlier in the game. The pitch, 8 and a 33. 8 is patient. 33 is a double. So Wally Joyner doubles here. And yes, we're in business with California. So runner at second, nobody out. Brian Downing. Here's the pitch from Dave Steve. 9 and a 45. Tough 45. Just misses as he gets under the ball just enough. It pops it up to the first baseman. So we got 1 out now. Reggie Jackson always has a dangerous, his powerful bat here. So but he's also a good tendency to strike out as well. So 2 and a 24. 2 is ballpark. 24 is wheelhouse. 1 to 54. And this is again a 2-run lead here. Let's see what the pitch. And that one is high. Is Jesse Barfield's going back near the pole, and it's gone. Reggie Jackson with a 2-run home run takes the lead against Toronto 4-2. His first hit of the series. It's a home run, big fly against Dave Steve. And the Blue Jays now have people in the bullpen. Doug DeCinces is up. So if Reggie Jackson goes deep, gives them a 4-2 lead. And Doug DeCinces, it's an 8 and a 97. Patient 97. It's a fly out to left. And Rupert Jones comes up. He is 0 for 2, 2 for 6 in the series. 10 and 11. 10 is tough. 11 is a strikeout. And that's going to end the inning. But they get 2 runs. It's now, we go to the 7th inning. It's 4-2 now. And Candelaria is going to be, it's not coming back out here. And we have a new pitcher. Doug Corbett's coming in. Let me get his card. Doug Corbett. He was kind of a go-to reliever for the Angels this season. He's 62 innings, 5-3 with a 2.74 ERA. Not bad numbers in 44 games. Not heavy strikeout numbers, but 35 strikeouts, only 19 walks. So let's see what he does here against the bottom of the order. Garcia, and then we got Mosby and Fernandez. We got an 8 and a 9. 8 is in play, and 9 is a single for Damaso Garcia. So he's on base right away. And that brings up Mosby. We got a 12 and a 37. 12 is wheelhouse. 37, Lloyd Mosby. Deep to right field, and that's gone. It's tied up again, 4-4. Lloyd Mosby takes Corbett deep, and it's unbelievable. 4 2-run home runs this game. All counts for all the offense, all the runs. And Tony Fernandez smells blood in the water here. 7 and a 65. Patient 65 just misses. Fly out to right. That was close to just dropping in front of Rupert Jones, but he ended up making the shoestring catch. Here comes George Bell. It's dangerous again. We got a 5 and a 59. Tough 59. It's going to be a ground out to third. And we have, ground out to third. And Jesse Barfield comes up just like that. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. We got a 4 and a 76. 4 is ballpark. 76 is in play. So let's see what happens here. We got a 4, and that's a double for Barfield. Jesse Barfield doubles. And we got the go-ahead run at second base with 2 outs, and there's Willie Upshaw. Still no hits. 4 and a 79. 4 is ballpark again. Another in play. So 1 to 30. It's a 1 to 6 is a double. 7 to 30 is a hit. 42, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher. That's going to do it. But the Blue Jays tie up the game again almost immediately after the Angels took the lead. And we go 4-4 at the bottom of the seventh inning stretch. And Dave Steve is coming out of the game. They're bringing in, let's see, what do they have here? Dennis Lamp is coming in. Pitched in the first game. Mark Icon's been used, I think, the last 2 games, so you got to give him a break. Hopefully, Dennis Lamp can hold on to the fort, not like Doug Corbett. So here comes Bobby Grich. 12 and a 21. 12 is tough. 21 is a strikeout. So Dennis Lamp strikes out Grich. Here comes Schofield. 3 and a 79. 3 is tough. 79 is going to be a fly out to center. Oops. And Bob Boone, bottom of the order here. 1 for 2. 5 and a 95. So in play 95 is a fly out to left. That does it for the 7th inning, and we go to the top of the 8th. Doug Corbett's definitely taken out, and we're going to go with Chuck Finley's coming in. Chuck Finley, the left-hander. Although he's facing a righty, but we're just going to say it's a hunch. Where is the card? And if I can find it, here it is. Find this card. Chuck Finley had an excellent season, 49 innings in relief, 49 2/3, and only a 1.99 ERA, 44 strikeouts, 14 walks in 30 games, 30 appearances. All right. He's going to face Cliff Johnson, Ernie Witt, and Garth Orge. Here's the pitch to Johnson. 6 and a 12. 6 is tough, and a 12 is a strikeout. Ernie Witt comes to the plate. 8 and a 32. 8 is patient. 32 is a single for Ernie Witt. So he's on base with 1 out. And Garth Orge, I believe, is going to be taken out. Rance Mullenix is going to be pinch hit for her. So let's get his card. Rance Mullenix, the left-hander, is going to face Chuck. Oh, sorry. I thought Chuck. I didn't. Well, hold on a second. I'm going to undo that. I thought I was thinking that was the other guy. I was still pitching, so that's not what I wanted to do. I was going to leave him to face the lefty. Let me see. So he's going to single, and then Orge is still up. My fault. Face the lefty. Okay. Pitch 9 and a 14. 9 is in play. 14 is a single for Garth Orge. And let's see what happens with the runner. He goes to third base. He must have been running on the pitch. So we got first and third, 1 out. Damaso Garcia, who was 1 for 3. 8 and a 25. 8 is patient. 25 is a single for Damaso Garcia. And let's see what happens with the runners. 1 base each, but it's going to score the go-ahead run. And we have, Finley's going to stay in to face the lefty, Lloyd Mosby. It's now 5-4 game. 9 and a 2. 9 is in play. A 2 is a double Oh my goodness, double. And let's see what happens with the card. All runners are going to score. So this game is being broken open now as Lloyd Moseby hits a 2-run double now, and he's got 4 RBIs in the game. It's now 7-4 Toronto. And that's going to be it for Chuck Finley. Sorry. And we're going to bring in Terry Forster's coming in. Get his card. A disappointing bullpen here. There is Forster is another lefty. Face Fernandez, runner at second, 1 out. 11 in the 90. 11 is ballpark. 98 is going to be an in play. 1-35, and we got an 11. That's going to be a single for Fernandez, and a run's going to score from second base. So it's now 8-4, and they can't get by and out here in the 8th inning. George Bell, dangerous, 6 in the 13. 6 in the 13 is a strikeout. So there's some kind of order. And here's Jesse Barfield, 9 and a 4. 9 is an in play. 4 is a double, and that's going to be 2 bases. And Tony Fernandez will stop at third. And it's now still 8-4. We got 2 outs. Willie Upshaw, 8 and a 26. 8 is patient. 26 is a walk. So the bases are loaded. Oh, Terry Forster's coming out now. And we're going to need a right-hander. Vern Rule is going to come in. Where is he? Pitchers are being used like crazy in this game. Sorry. So the pitch by Rule is a 10 and a 67. Patient is a 67, and that's going to be a single. Cliff Johnson singles, and both runs are going to score. It's a blowout here, folks. Now 10-4. The Blue Jays have found their offense and just broke shit open here, as I would say. And Ernie Witt, 8 and a 25. In play 25, and that's a single. My goodness. And another run scores. And Garth Ord, that's 6-7 runs this inning, and Garth Ord is up again. Second, they batted around 4 and a 12. 4 is ballpark, 12 is wheelhouse. Garth Ord has no home run power, but it's a 44, and mercifully grounds back to the pitcher. And that is it for the 8th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Dennis Lamp's going to stay in as he's got going to eat some innings here. He got a 10 and a 92 against Pettis. Ballpark 92 is an in play. And that's a 9. That's going to be a single for Pettis. And we got Wally Joyner. 7 and a 96, sorry. 7 is in play. 96 is a fly out to right. And Brian Downing's up to the bat. He's got an 8 and an 8. 8 is in play. 8 is a single. And flip the card. That's only going to be 1 base. So first and second, Reggie Jackson, who hit a home run early in the game, faces Lamp. It's a 7 and an 89. 7 is in play. 89 is a ground out to second. And it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play to end the inning. And Vern Rule's going to stay in there, face the music here. Damaso Garcia, 5 and a 36, is going to be a pop up to second. Lloyd Moseby, 2 for 5. 7 and a 17. In play, 17 is a single. Tony Fernandez, 9 and a 91. 9 is in play. 91 is a ground ball to short. Floated through to second for 1, but they can't get 2. There's 2 outs now, and George Bell, 7 and a 63. 7 is in play. 63 is a fly out to right, and that does it for the top of the 9th. And the last chance for the Angels needs 7 to tie up the game. And it's unlikely here as Doug DeCinces faces Dennis Lamp, 8 and a 35. 8 is in play. 35 is a pop up to third. Rupert Jones, 8 and an 84. 8 is in play. 84 is a ground ball a second. And Bobby Grich comes to the plate. 2 outs. 9 and a 13. 9 is defense check. And it's going to be a range check on the shortstop. Tony Fernandez is a B range, and that's going to be a 1-35 in Anaheim Stadium. And it's a 40. So it's an out. Line out to short. And that does it for the game. Toronto wins it convincingly 11-4. It takes a 2-1 series lead. Let's look at the box score here. I mean, that was a lot to look at. 18 hits on 11 runs on 18 hits for Toronto. 4 runs on 8 hits for the Angels. Visiting Blue Jays were led by Lloyd Moseby, who had a 2-run home run and a 2-run double. George Bell had a 2-run home run. Jesse Barfield had 2 doubles with 3 in the series. The Angels hit 2 home runs with Joyner and Jackson, but there just wasn't enough. They couldn't stop the barrage of runs in the 8th inning. Chuck Finley with the loss, only pitched a third of an inning and 4 earned runs. Dennis Lamp gets the win in relief. 3 innings of scoreless relief for Dennis Lamp. And MVP of the game is Lloyd Moseby. So, yeah, that 8th inning was something, huh? So here we go. All right. Well, I'm just going to put my cards together here and put the elastics around them. That's 4 games I played tonight, which is good. We got a series in both of them. So we got Toronto's up 2-1, Houston's up 2-1. There's no runaways so far. I mean, it's good so far. It's been fun. So we've yet to decide anything on these series, but that's fine. So I might most likely play these games on my own, either tonight or, the next 2 games that I might play on my own just to see what happens. And if there's a possible deciding game, I'll do it tomorrow or over the weekend. But yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Jamie. Thanks for coming on. Thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate your support and this is a lot of fun. I appreciate it's rewarding to do this at the end of the season, to see the best teams play each other. And it's a lot of fun. I really love this thing. This is just a great hobby. I'm looking forward to doing 87 as well. As I mentioned to some of you guys, I have my payoff pitch 87 order in. I got that in last night. Don't know when that's going to show up. What I have to do is buy the 87 Action PC season, and PC Replay does not have 87 available. So I will not be getting that. I will not be using APA, I don't believe, this time, unless I change my mind. I could always get it later on. And actually for 87, I bought a new game, which I'm going to try. It has the 87 season, which is History Maker Baseball. I'm actually looking forward to. I ordered that yesterday. That's on its way. I'm actually looking forward to playing that game. It should be a lot of fun. They don't have all the plays carded, but I'll play some games where the starting lineups have the right, all the plays are carded that they have that are in the starting lineup, and I can just go from there, But yeah, I'm really fun. I always look forward to playing a different game. So the other options for 87, I suppose, could be inside pitch if I wanted to, but I don't really think I want to. I'm not really. I think that's a lot of dice rolls. Also, like I mentioned, PC Replay doesn't have it. Who knows? If I get into it and I'm really itching to try some other games, who knows? Maybe I'll get like Diamond Mind or something and try Diamond Mind. I still have Pocket Pennant Run. I could always use that some more. And figure some other things out. See how it goes. But hey, thanks again. I'm going to jump onto Discord and see what happens. Thanks again. I'll let you know when I have the next stream. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow or definitely over the weekend. And hopefully we can get the ALCS and NLCS completed by the weekend. I'd like to see that happen. All right. Well, have a great night, and I'll see you on Discord possibly. All right. Bye. Good night, guys.